Well, not so long ago, you couldn't go to a shopping centre or a pub without seeing flickering lights of a pinball machine. Nowadays, of course, the retro relics have had quite a revival, with some of them fetching thousands of dollars at auction.
And today you can get your hands on one of them, with more than 100 pinball machines and arcade games going under the hammer. So we sent today's Lara Vella to check it all out.
Long before Pokies, PlayStation and Pac-Man, there were pennies.
The most appealing thing about them is nostalgia. I mean, everyone's got a memory of a pinball machine. It's the flashing lights, it's the vibrations in the machine, you know, shaking the machine and seeing yourself get the high score all the time. It's all of those things piled into one that's making it so appealing.
If you grew up in the 60s, 70s and 80s, you'd remember the days when pinball machines held pride of place in every arcade and shopping centre. Fast forward to today, and these mechanical gems could be yours, all being auctioned off by Lloyds on the Gold Coast.
There's Super Mario Brothers. We've also got Street Fighter, we've got Tales of the Crypt, we've got Bugs Bunny, which is straight out of the 80s, we've got Jurassic Park, which is an absolute milestone machine. There's been so much interest. We've had interest all over the country, and on top of that, we've actually had interest from the Netherlands. People over there have also called us up, and they want to know if they can get a machine over there.
And some of these machines are so rare, they'll fetch a small fortune.
And we've seen them sell here at our auction house for as high as $12,000. But, you know, if you get a really rare and sought-after machine, such as an ACDC pinball machine, that will sell up to $30,000.
Get ready to burn.
So what happens now, so the cannon will go over, and then you got to try and shoot that target there. So get ready, go.
Michael Pinball Master Shalloub has collected more than 400 pennies throughout his career, and loves them so much he's written 4 books about them.
Well, they evolved from a pinball was a table with pins on it. That's where they get the name pinball. And from there they evolved with backglass animation, lights, flippers in 1947 to the great machines we have today.
Like many Aussies, Michael remembers the good old days when the penny was king in every milk bar.
I was 6 years old and I remember going to a milk bar at Belmore Station, and there was a Cupid doll, and you had to stand on a Coca-Cola box to play the machine, and back then they were 5 cents a game.
So what is the secret to nailing that elusive high score?
Does everybody have their own pinball playing technique?
Well, they do. Some people really, it's the way they stand.
You're on the flippers there.
Yeah, you've got to try. When you fire, I'm trying to get. So what I've got to try and do is you've got to try and catch the ball, aim for the targets. So that's it. So I've got the jacks down.
Back at the auction, there's one pinball machine fans are really revved up for.
My personal favourite, I've gone straight to the top shelf. It's the Mustang, the blue Mustang. It's one of 500 in the world, and it's one of 4 in Australia. I'm a huge fan of that machine, and I'm really excited to see what it goes for at the final bid.
So whether you're a nudger, a shaker, mad flipper flicker, or something somewhere in between, get your hands on a piece of history before it's game over.
How good. They were simpler times, weren't they?